Hey cats and kids, Captain Zorik here. I should say Lord Ervold Lacoutre the Optimistic in anti-plague mode. But as you can see, there is no one around me. We're wide open. Okay, there's a jogger 15 feet away. There's someone walking their dog 20 feet away. So I'm going to live life dangerously for the next hour and a half as I start the this week's edition of the Crown Province of Ostgardr's SCA Fighter Practice, Society for Creative Anachronism. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zorik Lacoutre, known in the Society for Creative Anachronism as Lord Ervold the Optimistic. I am the Knight Marshal in charge of armored combat here in what we call the Crown Province of Ostgardr, which you know as the greater New York City area of the Society for Creative Anachronism. Now, because of the whole coronavirus thing and social distancing, we can't have a fighter practice with actual people in the same place at the same time. Now, some of you will probably be freaking out because I'm not wearing a mask. Well, as you can see, there is no one around, and the air is constantly moving. So, and in fact, they're saying, if you can get outside without coming in close contact with anybody, to get some exercise, do it. It would be better if there was sun out because the sun beats the virus to some degree. So I'm going to live life just that little bit of dangerously for this, and hopefully all of you are taking the appropriate precautions in this day and age. So if anybody is out there to actually join me in this workshop, and rather than just then whatever else you may be watching me, then I invite you to put on the appropriate loose-fitting or stretchable clothing and join me in this. If you want to do it in armor, okay, but we are going to be starting off with some calisthenics, and there could be joint impact issues if you're wearing heavy armor while doing that. You could also break your glasses. So I'm going to start out, just get the muscles flowing, all right? Just get the muscles flowing here. Just kicking out, make sure we got enough room. Okay, jogging in place. If you got enough room where you are, jog in a circle or something, or back and forth. The point is, you just want to get those legs going and those arms going. Get those arms pumping because you want the blood flowing through your shoulders. Wriggle your fingers there because you're going to be using those fingers. Get that blood flowing. Shake those fingers, shake those arms. Now, I do still have a torn rotator cuff on the right shoulder, so I'm not going to be doing with my right arm what I would be doing with a sword arm. I'm going to be doing that with my left arm, which of course looks backwards to you because this is Facebook Live. So, as we're jogging in place, let's do a little high knees here. Let's get those hip flexors in action because those are the muscles that are going to be picking up your leg armor. So, you got to get those warmed up and back to trotting in place. And now, kick your butt here. Get those hamstrings in action, also stretching out your front quadriceps there. So get that going, keep your arms moving, keep your arms moving. All right, good. Now, just punches straight forward. Again, I have limited movement in one of my arms, so just imagine that I'm moving both arms the same. Punch straight up into the air. All right? Okay. Now, to the side. Keep, punching in pace with your legs. Good. Hand. Swing those arms about. All right, do this with both arms. Again, I have an arm injury. I cannot move both arms completely yet. Forward, the other way. Keep those feet moving. There you go. All right. And, okay, now, quickly, 10 quick squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 to 10 push-ups, whichever you can do with whatever number of arms of yours work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm now seeing that I should have tried doing one-arm push-ups when I was sooner. Now, lie on your back, stick your feet in the air, touch your toes. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Shake it out. Take 3 breaths. Now a series of jumping jacks, 10 counts each. Keep with me here. Watch what I'm doing. Assume I'm doing what I'm doing with this arm, you do with both arms, okay? Hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ah, fuck. Twist my ankle, don't do that. All right, now clapping your hands in front. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now running man, both feet on the ground when you hit them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now crossing hands and feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, mountain climbers, standing. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, power jacks. That means go down deep into a plie and then up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, keep your feet moving. We're gonna jump. We're gonna jump with our arms out front. We're gonna try to bring our knees up to our chest. 10 of those. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, shake it out, shake it out. Now, okay, hey everybody. Anybody else in there? Good, 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 good. Okay, that's actually my right arm, Ken. It's a torn rotator cuff. Had the surgery about 6-7 weeks ago. All right, and finally, Hindu squats, Hindu push-ups. Since we did a lot of work with the legs, Hindu push-ups first. Now, I cannot do this right because I need both arms, and the doctor specifically said no push-ups on the injured arm. So I'm going to try to describe it. You try to do it with me. So you start with in a push-up position. Bring your butt up. All right. Then you're going to bend your arms so that you dive down, right? And bring your head up. Now, if you can do that without your chest touching the ground, that's what you're supposed to do. It's like yoga. So you're down here, right? And then you bring your butt up. And then you dive down. Head up, and then bring your butt up. 2. Now, again, down. Up. 3. Up. And I'm only gonna do 4. Up. Okay. I feel like an idiot doing that because I can't do it. Not with this arm. So, next, if you're still doing them, if you know how to do them, keep on doing them. 3, 2, 1. Now, Hindu squats. breaks all the rules we know for squatting, but it's great for your knees. So, since I've described this in the past 2 workouts, I'm just going to describe it as I do it. You got your hands out. I'm only linking them because of my arm issue. No, I'll just keep this arm here. All right, so kneel down, pressing your heels to the ground as you do so. Knees will be coming in front of your toes. Arm is going behind to put your hand in the back of your pocket. Lift your heels up when you can't keep them down anymore. Swing your arm forward, press your heels down. That's 1. And bend down, arm down, heels up, arm forward, and up. Breathing is important. Breathe out while you go down, in while you go up. And 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, one more, 10. All right, shake it out. Get water if you can, if you got it. Okay. Now, these warm-ups are important because what happens when you don't warm up? Your muscles are cold. What happens when your muscles are cold? You wind up tearing a tendon or 2 or 3 or 4 in your shoulder when you're throwing a football, and eventually you figure out it's a torn rotator cuff and you have to get surgery and you can't do Hindu push-ups for a while. So that's why we do warm-ups. Also, I've heard people say, well, I'm getting in shape through my fighting. Well, that's great, but I've also heard people say, don't get in shape by doing martial arts, get in shape to do martial arts. So before we continue, I'm just going to say hello to who's joined in now. Hi, Mike. Hi. Damn it, I cannot read kanji. Jason, Christopher, Ken, Damian, John, Daniel, Fran, Matt, Lucille, Benny, Jason, Donna, Rick, Natalia, Jen, Gavin, good to see you 3 times in a row. Keep that practice up. Michael, Jason, Adam, Selena, Kurt, Myth Gillidan. Pronounce it correctly if you want to. There is no lamppost, it's only in your mind. No, there is a lamppost, I know, because I walked through a wardrobe to get here. Marcus, Kurt, and Raymond, thank you all for joining me. We're now going to get to the nitty-gritty of the fighter practice, and I forgot to bring a watch. So at some point I'm going to ask people what time it is. Oh, and boerworm. That's another good one. Boerworm. Did I get that right? Boerworm? All right, anyway. So, and Damian, yo, tell all the rest of the New York Gladiators if they want to bone up on their sword technique, they might want to come around to this. Now, this here is a piece of rattan wrapped in duct tape with 4 little pieces of a garden hose here as a quillon, and it can be used as a sword in the Society for Creative Anachronism. I'm also going to use this glove here. Now, I happen to think that Milek makes a great piece of substandard street hockey gear that works actually quite well for our sport. It's the street hockey glove. I took off the wrist pad because that gets in the way of the armor and stuff. Don't use it as protection alone because it's not sufficient to protect the bones in the back of your hand, but it does take the sting off when worn underneath a gauntlet that doesn't form a perfect bridge over your fingers. And also it's got this padding on the inside that's not all that different from a batting glove. So you get padding, and you don't turn your wear your hands out. So, but before we do that, let's just warm up our basics here. So, get those fingers rolling. Okay. And try it from the pinky to the first finger. Just roll that down. Okay, now reverse it. Okay, reverse it. Hey, Roger, thanks for joining us. Okay, all right, now let's get those wrists rolling. Let's get those wrists rolling around. There you go, very good. Now the other way. All right, very good. Now let's expand that to the elbows. Again, do what this arm is doing, not what this arm is doing, okay? There you go. All right, and the other way. For those of you who just joined me, torn rotator cuff in this arm, so this arm's not going to be doing much. All right, now add the shoulder. All right, now I'm swinging it across my front here rather than straight front to back. I'll move to that next. Okay, all right, front to back now. Get all those shoulder muscles limbered up, because the shoulder, without the shoulder, you got no arm. And now there are ways of fighting, swinging swords. Okay, do this kind of hugging, clapping thing. There are ways of swinging swords that don't involve the shoulder. But if you can use the shoulder, you've got more ways of swinging swords. So, flop them back and forth. Okay, so now imagine you're holding a door handle on a door that's horizontal. Okay, well, hell, imagine there's one of those door handles, not a knob, but an actual handle that you have to push down with your whole hand to turn. Okay, just do that. All right, we're just doing that. We're warming up those particular muscles here. Now imagine that the door is above your head. Okay, now imagine you just broke off that part of that door, so you're just holding the part of the door with the door handle just above your shoulder. Okay, let's just do that. Now let's take our fighting stance while we're doing that. Now, an ideal fighting stance, there's a million of them, but a good one to start from is to take your feet, right? Now, you don't want to put them in line like a fencer, because when you try to move your back foot forward, boom, you'll run into your front foot. Now, of course, yes, you step with the front foot forward, but someday you may want to move that back foot forward in a passing step. So, in order to be able to not have to pivot while you're doing it, take that back foot and put it out that way just a little bit, maybe about 1 foot's length. All right, there. Now you can take a passing step forward and a passing step back if need be. Now, you may not want to put them at a right angle. You may want to put that back foot pointing forward just a little bit. That'll make it a little bit easier to push off. That front foot, maybe you want to point that just that away just a little bit, so that way you're not quite in so strong a turnout. There's reasons for it. Ask somebody who knows more about those reasons. But in any event, so we can move our feet past each other, forward and back without problems, and back and forth, side to side without problems. So, bend your knees just a little, fold up your shield arm like a chicken wing. You can grab onto your sweatshirt or something if you feel like it, especially if you've got a torn rotator cuff like I do. Now, hold that door handle by your chin. Just turn that door handle, okay? Turn that door handle. Move your lower fingers to get that door handle moving, that imaginary door handle, all right? You can see how if you put a little snap into that, you've got a little bit of force, a little bit of power there. Now, what if we were to engage our shoulder, start with our elbow back here, and move our elbow forward while closing that door handle? All right? See how that can get you some more power going. And now, I didn't straighten my arm. I'm not moving my hand I'm not swinging my hand. I'm just swinging my elbow, if it were. It's like I'm hitting somebody with my elbow, and I'm just turning my hand here. Now, you don't need a lot of strength to build a lot of power with this. So, now strength is nice. Strength helps. Strength allows us to cheat, but trust the physics on this. Now, just for fun, you see how my shoulders just happen to be turning. They just happen to be turning. Now let's deliberately turn those shoulders. Let's try to just turn the shoulders. Like, use that, pull from the back shoulder, pull from the shoulder blade of your leading shoulder back. Boom. Pull by that shoulder. Boom. See how that makes your elbow move with a different degree of power. Try to do it without using your shoulder. Before, using shoulder, sword shoulder. Now, not using sword shoulder, okay? You can even extend your arm a little bit. Now, extend, I say, as in straight towards me, not around, not around. Not like a cartoon karate chop, but like you're pushing somebody in the face or the chest, only you're turning the door handle while pulling your back shoulder blade. Now, let's take it from the whole waist here, okay? Let's take it from the waist here. Boom. All right? Boom. Boom. Okay? Now, we're using all our core muscles here. We're using our obliques. We're using our abdominals. We're using our back muscles. See how that feels to you. Now, let's try, we didn't stretch out today, so, all right. But we're getting into the technique right and early. Okay, so, before we continue, just do a little bit of this. Okay. Do a little bit of this. 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 Okay, having done that, now go back to turning the body, moving the elbow, and turning the door handle. All right, now let's put our hips into it. Boom. Okay, boom. Just our hips. We're not pushing off our legs just yet. You may find yourself wanting to pick your heel up just a little because otherwise you'll twist your knee. At least I am. Okay, we're doing that, right? Now, let's push off the ground with our foot. Boom. All right, boom. We actually want, that push off the ground actually wants us to push our arm forward. Again, it's not a swing. Oh man, if I just tried that and I felt that in the shoulder, I felt that in the elbow. Here, look, I'm not feeling any strain on the shoulder, not feeling any strain on the elbow. Boom. 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 Okay, let's try this 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, shake it out. All right, now, there's 1.5 million different ways to swing a sword, and we've just seen like 5 of them. Now, someone else tells you something to do, says that everything that I did here was wrong. Here's what you say to yourself inside your head. So what you're doing is just like what he showed me, except that. And then whatever he's showing you that's different from what I'm doing, that's what's different about it. It's except that. So that way it's not like you have to unlearn everything, just unlearn that part of it. And if you have to learn all the parts of it, sure, you'll learn all the parts of it, but at least now you knew how to learn it the first time, so you can just build on it. Even if after you're done building on it, there's nothing left. So that's why it's never a waste of time to learn something new. Okay, so now suppose we want to hit somebody on the other side of the head, right? Then, as we learned last week, we've got our sword here. We relax, we turn the elbow over, and take it over our head. So we relax. You know, it really doesn't work if I don't have a sword in my hand. Oh, there it is. All right, the point being, works easier once your hand's back here, because you turn the elbow over, okay? Boom and over. Boom and over. Note how my hand's not moving. And you're wondering, if his hand's not moving, how the heck does he get any power out of it? Time to pick your 6 up. All right, so here's what we've been doing. All right, I'm gonna look at it from another angle. Boom. Okay, that's if I don't move my shoulders. This is if I do move my shoulders. This is if I move my upper torso. This is if I move my hips. And this is if I push off with my leg. There you go. This is if I push off with my leg. All right? Now, keep that hand above your shoulder, because you'll notice that what you're doing is you're swinging the sword horizontally. And if your hand drifts below your shoulder, you're not hitting them in the head. And the head happens to be the biggest target that you can kill somebody with in the Society for Creative Anachronism sport of armored combat. Whether it was in real history, I'll let other people deal with that. We're just practicing how to do what works in this sport for now. All right? So now we've got that. Now we want to hit them on the other side of the head, right? So this is practically like the wind-up again. Heck, this was the wind-up. All right? Then we just turn the elbow over. And look at how far that sword tip had to go when I started from here and I turned my elbow over. Now just think of how much momentum that can get. 1, 2, and 1, 2. Do it with me now, nice and slow, so you're controlling every inch of it. 1 and 2 from the side. 1 and 2. I'm not worrying too much about the rest of my body right now. I'm trying to get the arm mechanics. 1 and 2. But notice how if I turn my body, 1 and 2, I don't have to work so hard. If I can do it without turning my body, but then my shoulder does a lot of work. All right? 1 and 2. My shoulder does less work. And 1 and 2. And 3 more times. 1 and 2. And 2 and 2. And 3 and 2. And now we're just going to go 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to do a bunch of reps of that. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Your hand is a pivot point. Your elbow is what's pivoting. Your hand and shoulder are cooperative pivot points. There you go. And 2. Now, if you have a pel or something solid that you can strike, something solid or something padded that you can strike with what you're using for a sword today, go ahead and use that, and feel free to go faster. Trick with going faster when you don't have something to hit is that you can wind up throwing yourself out of shape because you have to catch yourself there. So, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam. Do it at your own pace. Boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam, boom, bam. Okay, an important message there. Was there an important message there? Nope. All right. Back to work. Okay, so, all right, I'm going to say a quick hello to who's here. Shake it out, everybody. Shake out your shoulders, shake out your hands. Okay, Eric, hello. Jason, thanks for coming to practice. Austin, Roseanne. Hey, Rosie, shout out to Mount Pisgah Baptist Church. How was Ma'afa this year? Michael, Jocelyn, Maximilian, Louisa, Oriana, Tony, Zara, Roger, Borer, Mike. Who is that with it? Can you spell your name in English? I feel like such a schmutz for not being able to read what the letters your name is in. Okay, Jason, Christopher, Ken, Damian, and everybody else that I said hello to earlier. Parks Department coming through. All right, so everybody all rested up, shaking it out. Matt, Lucille, Benny, Jason, Donna, Rick, Natalia, Jen, Gavin. Okay, and we're cycled back. Jason, everybody I've said hello to. Hello again. Okay, and I'm out of practice watching you do this. Hey, Jeremiah. Okay, so, Jeremiah, pick up a broomstick, or if you got a piece of rattan laying around. I don't care if your rattan looks like this and has an iron handle on it. That makes it heavier. If it has a plastic handle on it, that makes it lighter. I don't even care if you're using a rubber boffer. See? Do not try this at home, kids. Take some water, and we're going to move on to 1, 2, 3. And while we're at it, anyone who's not actually swinging the sword, please pop up what time it is, because Facebook Live doesn't show me what time it is or how long this video's been going. Okay, so so we've done the 1, right? And we've done the 2. Now, number 3 is to hit them low on the onside, which would be the leg. All right, now, just a reminder here. Hitting them in the leg is not, I'm going to hit you in the head, but point my sword down, because that's a good way to hit somebody in the knee or the shin or the ankle, which is illegal in SCA combat. Also, it might not be that hard a blow. You want your hand to be horizontal there, so that you're hitting them above the knee. So you want your palm to be up. Now, remember what I didn't tell you this time around? The blade of your sword is on the knife edge of your hand. So that way, when you're doing it without a sword, you can just do kung fu chops. And I don't mean to disparage kung fu by doing kung fu chops wrong. The point I'm trying to make is that this is what people used to think karate chops were, and that's essentially what your sword blow is. 1, 2, 3. So, you've hit him on the wrong side of the head. Now you take that elbow, you bring it straight down, bam. All right? What do you do with your hand? Your hand is over here, palm down, right? Well, you open up your hand so that the sword can cock back a little, and then you close it at the last second. All right? So, bam. And 1, 2, 3. What do you do with the rest of your body? Well, you brought your sword hip forward. You brought your sword hip back. Now you bring your sword hip forward, and you shake it on attack. Okay, but there you go. And that's how you hit them in the leg. So let's do that. Now, you can go back in the previous videos of the past 2 weeks that are on my YouTube channel, New York Knights Combat 1, and review where I describe in greater detail and scientific calisthenics how to do these blows. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, I just had to flip the sword in my hand because it's uneven how it's cut and it was uncomfortable. So 1, 2, 3, much better, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and final 1, 2, 3, and that last one was for good luck. Here's a little joke about when you work out as a Roman. You know those people who say when you do a workout, you're supposed to count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 to 0? Right. Romans didn't have zero. So I was working out one day, and my coach was, and I had told him this thing about counting in Roman numerals earlier, because we had that kind of relationship. And we were counting down, and he's going 3, 2, 1, and I was about to stop, and he said, "No, you've got one more to go." And I said, "Damn it, if we were Roman, we'd be done by now." Okay, so anywho. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3. Now, so we've got the on side of the head, the off side of the head, the sword leg. Now we got to get the other sword leg. All right, now why am I holding my hand in my pocket? Number one, because it's cold, and number two, to show you that you don't have to have your sword. You can do this theoretically with just your hand. And if you're doing it right, if you trust the physics and you got the technique right, you can hit hard enough to kill somebody in our game. But if you put the rest of your body in it, you don't have to work your hand that hard. You can hit them harder. So that it sticks more. And no one part of your body has to work as hard when all your body is working together. So, here we go. So we've done 1 and 2 and 3, right? Now we just want to get the sword to the other side. So we're going to pull it back, bring it over, and turn our hip. So pull it back, bring it over, and turn. All right, and straighten our arm. Pull it back, bring it over, straighten our arm, and turn the hip. Pull it back. Pull it back, bring it over, straighten your arm, turn the hip. Pull it back, bring it over, turn. Pull it back, bring it over, turn. So we've gone to here, pull it back, bring it over, and turn. We've gone here, pull it back, bring it over, and turn. We've come from here, all right? Bring it down, back, over, turn. We've gone from here, right? Bring it down, back, over, turn. All right, so we've gone from 1, wait a minute, there you go. We've gone from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see that transition again. Hanging high guard, around the back of your neck, and forward. Okay. Now, these this stance, this fighting with your sword on your shoulder thing, that is a thing. Some people do fight that way. You don't have to fight that way. But for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to start that way. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do it slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 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 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, let's put the feet into it. It's a little chilly. I'm going to put the hood up. Okay, so who remembers the silly walk? Give me a thumbs up if you remember the silly walk. Who's with me now? Jerry Lawson, how are you? Anna, Nikki, Cheryl, Jeremiah, Gavin, Jeremiah again, Eric. Okay, there's a few new people. Okay, great. So, somebody pop up and tell me what time it is. Everybody else, shake it out, shake it out. Okay. So, as we recall, our silly walk was forward with the sword foot for number 1, forward with the shield foot for number 2, back with the sword foot for number 3, forward with the sword foot for shield foot for number 4. So, I think, let's see how many times we can do this. And a 1, 2, yep, start over. A 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Rest, shake it out. Now, I'm going to try to do it back and forth so that those of you in small spaces can figure out how to do it back and forth if you haven't already done so already. So, and 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. About face, and 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. About face, and 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. About face, and 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. About face, and 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. About face, and 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Now, just a word on practice methodology. If you cannot keep up with the pace without compromising technique, fuck the pace. Do it at your own damn pace so that you can keep the form. All right? Eventually, you'll be able to join the pace, but do it at the right pace to get the right form for you. Okay? We're just going to go do a few more drills on this. You know, this is the 3rd goddamn week we've been doing this, and we haven't gotten past this yet. So we're just going to get past this. Moving right along. 7:43. Thank you very much, Cheryl. All right, Gary, hi. Good to see you here. Andrew, thank you for joining us. So, all right, so we know now how to hit people with a stick, theoretically, in 4 places. Now, there are plenty other ways to hit them, but let's go into some combinations. Some parry, riposte, some block and strike combinations that'll make logical sense. All right, so you're standing there, right? And let's say you've got your sword up here, right? This is your shield, this is your sword, and someone tries to swing at your head. Okay, let us say that they are of the opposite hand, or let us say they're trying to swing at this side. Okay, since your shield's over here, this side of your head may seem like it's blocked. So that side of your head might seem open, especially if you hold it back here. But that's why you hold it up here. So if you block it, you're already blocked, really. Boom. That's about all you have to do. But see, this boom is actually cocking you for a strike. All right? So let's just do that. Let's just move the sword over a little and strike. Okay? So, bam. Just a little. Cock. Bam. All right? Cock, bam. All right? Cock, bam. All right? Cock, bam. Okay? Just a little move, bam. 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 All right. So we've got that. Now, we're here. Now, he might, or she, or they, might be doing a little something where they're going to go to this side of the head and then to that side of the head, right? Oh, when they go to this side of the head, when you're coming back, they're going to block it here. So let's now play the other guy, all right? So we're going to start from here. Now, how do we start from here and hit him on the other head? Well, it's easy. Just lift your elbow. Boom. Okay, lift your elbow and turn your hip. Boom. All right? and now you've hit him on the other side. Boom, right? Okay, he's blocked it, but now he's coming back. Now, you could just raise your shield, but I don't have a shield. So we're going to block it with the sword because we have swords, and we're going to practice that way, and someday you may have to do this yourself. So, we've gone here, and then here. Okay? Here, and then here. All right? So we've taken this blow to that side of the head, and now it's a simple matter of bringing your elbow down. You bring your elbow and you bring your hand down, and this is actually quite a natural movement and a strong movement. And what this does is this opens you up to hit him again. All right? So we hit him here, we block here, we hit him again. And you'll notice the angle of the second hit is a little different. This blow tried to get over the top. Now we block him here. This blow comes straight across. Boom. Okay? So, strike, block, strike. Okay? Strike, block, strike. All right? Strike, block, strike. Now, if there's two of you, you can do this together. One of you go block, strike, block. Okay? So, partner number one, or you, go block, strike, block. Okay? Block, strike, block. All right? Block, strike, block. Okay? Block, strike, block. All right? Block, strike, block from the side. Block, strike, block, and block, strike, block, and block, strike, block, and block, strike, block. Okay, partner number two, or you again. Shake it out. And strike, block, strike. All right, I don't like that first strike. Let's try it again. Strike. I'm trying to hit myself, okay? I can see myself like it's a mirror. So, strike. There you go. Block, strike. All right. Strike, block, strike. Okay. If you need to take a little bit of a wind up before doing that number two, go ahead and do that. So you're going strike, block, strike. It's almost like a fake. And strike, block, strike. And strike, block, strike. And what do we got here? Our health is more important than you swinging a stick. Go broadcast from inside before you kill somebody. Ron, there's nobody here to kill. And let's see. Ron, I'm sorry. I love you, but the place is empty here. There's nobody here that approaches within 10 feet. And I can't practice inside because my girlfriend's inside and she won't let me use the living room to do this. Okay, and so, number two, block, number two again, and number two, block, number two again, and number two, block, number two again. Now, I'm going to see if I can work it so that I can alternate person number one and person number two. Okay. Here we go. So, person number one would go 1, 2, 3. Person number two goes block, strike, block, and block, strike, block, and strike. strike, block, strike, and block. No. Okay, I'm going to change it up a little. I'm going to do the two moves alternating each other, but I'm going to do it in a way that makes more ergonomic sense so that you can practice it in a way that makes sense in a way that makes logical sense, because you wouldn't actually do this from that the way I had it originally choreographed. So if I said, how can I do these moves and put them into a kata, a form that makes ergonomic sense, it's like this. I would just strike with number one, block, strike again, then do number two, and then block, and number two again, and then do number one, and block, and number one again, and then do number two, and block, and number two again. So let's all do this together. What's that say there? I think you probably should look on something else. Okay, and one, block, one again, two, block, two again, one, block, one again, two, block, two again. Now let's do it without stopping so that it's a smooth motion like when we're doing the silly walks, okay? So one, block, one again, two, block, two again, 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 one, block, one again, two, block, two again. Notice how I'm swiveling my hips while I'm doing this. Now, I'm going to combine the moves with the feet, like the silly walk. So, here we go. And one, block, one again, two, block, two again, one. All right. One, block. Nope. One, block, one again, two, block, two again, one, block. Nope. One, block, one again, two, block, two again, 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 one, block, one again, two, block, two again. Whew. All right. I don't know if you're like me, but if you are like me, your sword shoulder's a little sore. So, take a break, shake it out, get water if you need it. Okay. Whew. Now, katas are not necessarily how you're going to fight, because, like they say, any good plan seldom survives contact with the enemy. But having that in your wheelhouse, having that combination of block strike in your hardwired physical memory will enable you to someday, without you even realizing it, just go bang, bang, and there it is. You know, bang, bang, and there it is. So, or bang, 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 and there it is. Ow, I think I hurt myself. To be more precise, it would be bang, 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 bang. And there it is. Or if I didn't have my hand in my pocket, it would be bang, bang, bang. And there it is. So it would be bang, bang, bang. And there it is. Do it with me. Bang, bang, bang. Do it with me. And bang, bang, bang. And bang, bang, bang. Now you notice my feet were not in time with my sword. That's fine, because we learned that we can move our sword and our feet at different times because we've got the physics. Now, if you were to go block, step, step, then you'll get a harder blow. But what if, in the attempt to keep distance, you can't keep planted here? He's backing up, so you're going to advance, then strike, and then strike again, and your feet are backwards. Now, maybe you are quick enough. Maybe it is better to, if you're going to advance, if you advance with the forward foot, bam, bam, bam. Let's try that. And bam, bam, bam. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. And bam, bam, bam. And bam, bam. Messed that one up. So it's bam, bam, bam. And bam, bam, bam. And bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam, bam. And bam, bam, bam. And bam, bam, bam. How do we recover from that? Advance, strike, strike, bam. Advance, strike, strike, back. All right? Well, it depends upon your objective. If your objective is to run him down, then you keep on advancing. But in this game, there's sort of a courtesy thing. When you've hit him and it's obvious that you've hit him, you don't have to keep on hitting him. Double tap is a thing. Hit him twice to make sure that he didn't miss the first one. But on the other hand, a lot of us, when we get hit in the noggin, we know we've been hit. And we'll be like, bang, oh, you got me. And someone double taps you, right? So you're like, bang, you've relaxed, your fight's over, bang, and you get hit again. That could lead to like bad stuff happening. Dude, you already, or a concussion or something. So you just gotta, in the sport, you've got to be aware of that. So you might go, so you might do this. You've blocked, strike, strike, pull back. There we go. Let's try that to get used to that jump back on the forward, on the that jump back from the advance, the quick retreat there. So we've gone advance, crossing step, retreat. Okay? And advance, crossing step, retreat. Advance, crossing step, retreat. Okay? Advance, crossing step, retreat. And 1, 2, 3, back. 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, back. And one more time. 1, 2, 3, back. Now, seldom do you want to get caught flat-footed like that, so we're just going to keep on moving. Hey, my godfather's there, Richard Roth Jr., Stephen, how are you? Peter, thanks for joining us again. All right, so up, 1, 2, 3, back. Now you notice what I did there. I didn't go back in a straight line, I went back to the side. If you get stuck going in a straight line, it'll be easy for someone to get out of the way. But if you can get to the angle, you can get better angles on your opponent to strike him or get past his guard. So, let's try that. We're gonna back up to that side. I don't know whether that's right or left on you, but we're gonna back up to that side. So, we're here. Block, strike, strike, back up. And, hey, puppy. It's a dog of war. Hello.
Sorry.
That's okay. I like dogs. So long as it's a friendly one. Oh, this one looks friendly.
She's a friendly one.
Okay.
Likes too much attention. Come on, Elsie.
Friendly dog porn. Okay, here we go. So, block, strike, strike, back up, and block, strike, strike, back up, and block, strike, strike, back up, block, strike, strike, back up. Okay, so let's see how much further we can take this. Block, strike, strike, back up. All right, we're gonna work, let's see. Everybody shake it out. How's everybody doing there? If you're having a good time and still with me, throw me a thumbs up or something. Getting a little chilly out here. I got time for, I suppose, one more thing to do. If someone wants to show up and tell me what time it is or something like that. Okay, who here wants to try to do just one more thing? Take this progression one more step. There you go, a thumbs up. Okay, I'll take that. Get your water. One more progression here. So, we've done advance with the block, forward with the strike, forward with the strike, back up with the defense. But now we're going to go step, step, strike. Okay? Wait, is it going to be step, step, strike or step, 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 strike? All right, watch this. Advance, strike, strike, back up, step, step, strike. There you go. So, watch my feet if you can. Advance on the block. Crossing step on the strike. Crossing step on the strike. Pass your back leg that way on the block. Now that's going to take you a little off balance. So you're going to take your lead leg and put it that way. There you go. And now you're going to get the other angle on him by stepping the opposite way and striking. Okay? So, to count it again, it's 1, 2, 3. Back to the side to the other side and back. So you wind up with your sword leg forward. All right? Relative to your opponent who is also moving. So, advance, cross, cross, block, side, strike, back. And then we can pull our sword leg back so we're back in our pose. Okay. And we've got it. Advance, strike, strike, back, side, side, back, back. Okay? Advance, cross, cross, back, side, strike, back, back. All right? So, advance, crossing step, back, side, other side, back, back. All right. Advance, strike, back, side, strike, back, back. All right? Now, let's try to do this less like the monster stomping Tokyo, okay? And, advance, strike, back, back, strike, back, back. Not every, sometimes you can syncopate your steps. Sometimes it's good to do so. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. And 1, 2, 3, back, 2, bang, and back. All right. 1, 2, 3, back, back, bang, and back. All right. And 1, 2, back, side, bang, and back. All right. 1, 2, 3, back, back, bang, and back. All right. Advance. 1, 2, 3, back, side, bang, and back. All right. 1, 2, 3, back, side, bang, and back. Now, odds are, if this is real life, you're probably going to be popping up your shield to protect yourself during some of those moments, but we can work on that another time. Right now, it's just sword and feet. So, and block, strike, back, back, strike, and back. Should have said back side. Okay. So, block, strike, back, side, strike, and back. And block, strike, back, side, strike, and back. And block, strike, back, back, strike, and back. And advance, strike, block, side, strike, and back. 3 more times. Advance, strike, back, side, strike, and back. And that's 1 time. And advance, strike, back, side, strike, and back. And advance, strike, back, side, strike, and back. Got to put more arm. Got to find how to get more power into that last strike there. So, advance, strike, back, side, strike. Okay. Back, side, strike. All right, so I'm moving that foot, and that foot is a power foot. All right, so normally when I'm doing this shot, I would be pushing off of this leg, but somehow I got to find power. Normally, when I'm doing this shot, this is the power leg, and I would be pushing off that power leg. So what's going on here? I've advanced, block, strike. I've backed up. I've stepped to the side, and now I'm trying to swing while I'm not on that foot, and I just took my nose off. I'm trying to swing while I am not on that foot. So, boom. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take the pivot off of the left leg to give me the power in the right arm. Boom. I'm pulling this shoulder blade back that way to give me the power, the torque to advance my elbow, to move my elbow through space so that I can close my hand. So I've done my 1, I've done my 2, and now, okay, so advance, step, step, I'm backing up, I've stepped to the side to get out of his way or to get a new angle on it, and now I'm stepping to the other side and delivering a blow. So, boom, back, and wham! All right? So let's just take it from there. Okay? Back, side, wham. Let's see. Back, side, and wham. We're going to change this. We're going to change this because it's too difficult to get the blow here. What do we got going on here? Would already went home, LOL, he's a beast. From the inconsistent, are you still injured? Form is inconsistent, yes, because I'm trying different things. This is the first time I've done this particular, what do you call it, kata. I'm making it up as I go along, and with every step, I'm trying to figure out which muscles will make it work. What pace, what timing will make it work. You're watching me in the process of figuring something out, so work with me. Inigo, the six-fingered man, taunts you now. If I weren't so concentrating on this, I'd come up with an appropriate repost to that. So, we've gone. Advance. We've gone. Advance, strike, strike, back, side. I'm trying to kill him with this. That may throw us off balance. So, we're not going to kill him with this. We're going to, 1, 2, we're going to kill him with this. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the step here, take the step here, and this is what sets us up. We've planted our foot so we can now deliver the blow. Now, in the time it takes to plant the foot, he may have covered himself, and so he may miss the beat. So that's why it's good to know how to throw when you're off balance. But I want to develop a form that has the balance right now, because when you throw a blow when you're off balance, you could land on your ass. And I don't want to land on my ass in the middle of a practice right now, this late at night, this cold, with everything else going on. I want to find a form that's going to enable me to bring my maximum, that's going to be able to bring my maximum force in a controlled manner. Okay? Like Stephen Gladstone said, thanks for the kudos there. I don't want to show you an irregular, awkward form. I want to show you how to maximize your power and technique and stuff like that. Okay, just work with me on this. Whew. So, advance with the block, strike, strike, back, step, step, pow, back. All right? I think that was how it originally was. I just lost it. All right. Advance, strike, strike, block to one side, to the other side, bang, and back. All right, so block, strike, strike, block to one side, the other side, bang, and back. Here we go. And block, strike, strike, block to one side, the other, pivot, bang, and back. Okay. And advance, strike, strike, block to one side, the other, bang, and back. All right. And block, strike, strike, back, side, pivot, bang. Advance, strike, strike, block to one side, the other, bang, back. All right. Hey, puppy. Okay. And advance, strike, strike, back, side, side, bang, and back. strike, back, side, back, bang, back. Okay, and advance, block, block, back, side, side, bang. I'm cheating myself because I'm beginning the pivot before I begin the strike. So let's do that again. Advance, bang, bang, back, side, side, pivot. Block, bang, bang, back, side, side, pivot, back. Advance, bang, bang, block, side, back, pivot. Block, strike, strike, back, side, back, pivot. Advance, strike, strike, back, side. Advance, strike, strike, back, side, back, pivot. I'm losing it again. Okay, we're going to try to do it right 3 times. And advance, strike, strike, back, side, back, pivot. There, recover. Advance, strike, strike, back, side, back, pivot. That's 1. Okay? Advance, strike, strike, back, side, side, pivot. 2. And here we go. For all the marbles. 2 more. We do 2 more. Here's a little secret to get that little extra workout in. When you think you only got enough for 1, do 2. What's that? That was crisp. And advance, strike, strike, block, side, back, pivot, recover. We're going to do 2 more. Advance, strike, strike, block, side, back, pivot. And 1 more. Advance, strike, strike, back, side, back, pivot. And 1 more. Uno mas. Advance, strike, strike, back, side, pivot, pivot. There we go. You know what was throwing me off there is I'd gotten so used to moving the sword and striking with every step that I didn't realize that I was actually not striking for 2 steps. So that's what was throwing me off. That's why when I was after here, it's block, step, and I thought that I had to strike. But no, I had already decided that I would not strike there. I would take a step, and a stronger strike would come from here. So, thank you for coming around. Don't forget to rehydrate. I'm out of water. I'm going to take some. If you have some kind of protein or after practice recovery drink that you take, do it. Otherwise, get yourself some protein. A steak's good, chicken, fish, that kind of thing. Okay, and so there's like 5, 6, 7, 8 of you watching at the moment. So, all right, but before we go, cool down. Haven't done a cool down before with you guys. Cool down is actually very important. Otherwise, your muscle's going to cramp. You're not going to heal up. You're not going to recover. You're going to be all sore the next day. So, cool down. Hand. Whatever I'm doing with this hand, you do with both hands. Because I got a shoulder injury, so I can't do it with this hand. And feet, second position or a comfortable horse stance. And feet slightly turned out, forward, whatever's comfortable for you, slightly bent knees, and inhale, exhale, and in. One more time. This time, take it down. Roll it down, stretching out that spine as you go down. Oh. Pull those muscles on the backs of your legs. Let the weight of your upper body stretch out the backs of your legs. Bouncy, bouncy. Pull it over the one leg. Pull this arm around to the outside of the leg. Stretch out all those muscles in your back. Open it up just a little. Now go to the other side again. Bring it around, stretch them out. And back. And down. Stretch out your knees there. Should have done this before we practiced, but we'll do it now. And up. And grab the backs of your ankles. If you can't keep your hands on the floor, stretch everything. Shake your head out. Shake your shoulders out. Stretch it out. Over to one side. Over to the other side. Toes up. Toes up. Down, roll it up at a count of 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And because we use Arabic numerals, 0. It's a running joke from earlier. Okay, so thank you very much. My actual name is Zorik Lakidra. I am known as the Lord Ervold the Optimistic in the Society for Creative Anachronism. I am the Marshal of Armored Combat in the New York City area chapter, which is known as the Crown Province of Ostgardr in the Society for Creative Anachronism. And as an entertaining persona, I'm Captain Zorik. So let me just say hello to everybody before I say goodbye to everybody. Sabrina, Janet, Mark, Jeremiah, Stephen, Nagashima, where are you? Jerry, and is anybody else here? Jeremiah, Stephen. I'll read all your posts later, Stephen. Christina, Snake Blocker. Hey, how you been? Vera, Honor, Peter, Stephen, Richard Roth Jr., Jeremiah, Ron, Andrew, Cheryl, Gary, Jerry again, Nikki, Gavin, thanks for coming back. Gavin's the only one I think that has been in all of these. Hell, if you've been to all 3 of these or watched them all, throw me a thumbs up right now. Okay, Eric, thanks for tuning in. USA Knights, Jason, Austin, Roseanne, Michael, Jocelyn, Max, Emilian, Louisa, Oriana, Tony, Zara, Roger, Bior, Mike, another Mike, Chinese words. One of these days, tell me what I'll look you up. Okay. Jason, Christopher, Ken, Damian, John Goodwin, Daniel, Fran, Matt, Fran, Stuyvesant High School in the house, Lucille, Benny, Jason, Donna, Rick, Rick Pink, if you keep pole arms, can't you keep a safe distance? That's a good one, yeah. Yes, if the end of my pole arm turns red, you're too close. Natalia. Okay, thank you everybody for coming tonight. I'm going to get some dinner. I love you all. And go to YouTube channel New York Knights Combat 1. That's youtube.com/New York Knights Combat 1. It's just called New York Knights Combat. You can see the past 2 weeks for more details on the techniques and see more and look up Ostgardr /East Kingdom. Yes. Crown Province of Ostgardr is spelled Ostgardr. So look that up on Google, look that up on Facebook, and you can find out when we actually get to compete in these when society is back to normal. And by the way, if this does turn into the zombie apocalypse, we will be the Knights of the Living Dead. Love you all. Captain Zorik coming at you. Good night.